Welcome back, Vicarious viewers. My name is Vicente, and today we're reacting to Season 2, Episode 7 of Mindhunter. I just finished watching Episode 6, because I'm trying to binge a few before my Netflix account expires in the morning. I'll get to renew it in a few days on payday, but I wanted to get at least a few of these filmed, just so I'd have things to edit, because if I waited, then I wouldn't have anything to edit, and you guys wouldn't get them as quickly. But anyway, last episode, in episode 6, we had Bill and his wife, of course, doing their meetings with the social worker to try to get through to their son, who is wetting the bed a lot more and is becoming a little distant and creepily staring at little girls in the playground, which isn't necessarily a good sign. Like, we don't want him to suddenly be known as the creepy kid, if he wasn't already. But he's really not responding to them at all, which is really hard on his mom. And, of course, Bill can't even be there to support as much as she would like, but it's not really his fault, because now when the vice president is barking down orders, they need to get the Atlanta situation under control and get it resolved. He has to be out of town for several days every week. I think that this is going to just drive a bigger wedge between him and his wife. She doesn't see him as trying hard enough, and I think she's going to withdraw from him. Speaking of his job down in Atlanta, the local law enforcement is still being hesitant to their advice. They just see it as all some kind of psychobabble. And every time that Holden keeps trying to insinuate that this is probably someone in the community, someone that the kids would trust to go with to get in their car, they just don't want to hear it. But it does make sense, because whenever they were sending white police officers around, especially poor Greg, to try to get kids to, like, come do a job for a few bucks, they were extremely hesitant and skeptical and tell them, pull your dick out. If you're a cop, you can't pull your dick out. So it would seem like they would be more likely to get into the vehicle with someone that they would trust, someone that they know, someone that they've seen around a lot, and that they wouldn't feel inclined to tell all their friends or family about, and something that would go unnoticed in the community. And I think, like, some white guy driving around their community over and over picking up all these kids would draw a lot of attention. So I don't think that the guy that they picked up, the white dude, I don't think he's the one that they're looking for. But let's see what kind of media firestorm is going to be created around this guy, and if that's going to dictate how people handle the case going forward. If you would like to support my channel or watch any of my full-length unedited reactions to Season 2 of Mindhunter or any of the other recent content I've put out, feel free to hop on over to my Patreon. There will be a link in the description below. But let's go ahead and jump into this episode.
You got anything he could use to strangle or restrain anyone? Any supremacist literature? Nope.
You can't force a square peg into a round hole just because you prefer it to fit.
Bill, awful lot of tape.
We have no evidence tape was used on any of the victims.
We have no evidence that it wasn't.
Some people buy tape in bulk. I mean, especially if he's a plumber, like, duct tape is a lifesaver if you want to just, like, wrap it around a leak to take care of it for the time being. And sometimes you gotta use a lot of it. I wonder how long they made him sit.
You're a plumber. Your record. It's clean. There's the petty theft.
That was just a misunderstanding. I put cash on the counter for them tires, but they never found it. So
why would you just put money on the counter? Though it would make sense. Like, if they just found money on the counter, easier to have one of their employees just palm it and be like, what cash? I don't see no cash.
Sugar, right? Got it. Sorry about that.
Maybe a test. See if he'll drink a coffee. Maybe they're thinking, like, would he drink it if a black man's fingers were in his coffee? But I mean, he could just be someone that'd be like, someone put their fingers in my drink. That's disgusting.
the kind where you wear a sheet. That's not me.
Do you recognize this?
It's tape.
You have an awful lot of it.
I'm a plumber, so he was looking for tape.
You watch the news lately? We also found traces of semen on the magazines.
Why? Because I was masturbating into them?
Now I bought those magazines and I took them in the woods and I used them. I ain't never hurt nobody.
You're telling me you went into the woods to jack off?
I believe him.
Like I did nothing wrong but whack it in the woods. And while we were digging around with duct tape and porn into their kid was murdered.
Exactly.
That guy's life is ruined.
Yup. A waste of time.
That search turned up nothing. Today, the same area yielded the 19th victim of Atlanta's child slayings.
So it was another previous dump site.
The killer, he's fucking with us.
If he's still fucking with us in 8 hours, tell me about it.
He dumped Pugh's body on Sigmund Road because he saw us on TV. He's following the press.
Or maybe he is the press. When the press was getting there, all of a sudden this one black reporter with a camera walked up full center in the camera and stared past us, but they focused on his face for just a moment. What if that was him? He was there, he knew what they were doing, and he knew that they were leaving. He could then be posing or be one of the photographers for a news agency, and he would have reason to be there scoping the area. He would know the entire layout after they left.
Dropping Pugh's body at a site we've searched is a way of inserting himself in the investigation.
He's responding to media coverage. We need to strictly manage what we give them. Let's provide him a single, focused opportunity to insert himself.
This sounds like a whole lot of screwing around.
You have a better idea?
You going somewhere?
Going home. See you Monday.
And he's still not telling him. Keep your partner in the loop, because now he's not giving enough time to either thing. It's all going to catch up to him.
You know, Wendy, there's no reason for you to put your work on hold to fly cross country to do these. Your expertise is needed here in analysis.
Hands-on's actually helpful for my analysis.
It's preferable our agents conduct these interviews.
Aw. She was enjoying the interviews more, though. It's better than just listening to tapes and reading transcripts.
I take it you're here on business.
I need a favor.
How can we help?
I was wondering if you could reroute to a couple of nearby locations significant to the victims.
Where he might come and remember.
Exactly.
This march is important to these families. They want to grieve and feel like this city has set aside this moment to grieve with them.
Who's that dude they panned the camera by? That dude was just standing there. I don't know. Now I'm trying to see if it's someone in the background that's just popping up here and there. Someone involved not only with the press, but could be involved with the search and the community, just toying with them, staying involved and in the know-how himself so that he can stay on top of how to evade all of them. A wolf in plain sight.
You're trying to be in 2 places at once. You can't keep this up. Come home.
Unexpected visit?
Good morning, Mr. Tench.
Of course.
Good morning.
Is Brian aware of the kind of work you do? You don't bring your work home.
Never.
Lie.
I didn't know you cooked.
Don't get too excited, because it's just eggs.
It's good to see her finding a little comfort outside of work.
This is nice, isn't it? You know that I have a spare bedroom.
Mm-hmm. You want me to be your roommate?
In a different room?
If I'm gonna move in, I want to share a bed with you.
Yeah, not a spare bedroom.
I want you to want me to move in. Not because it's a good use of an extra bedroom or because it's better for taxes. Because you want it.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to upset you.
Looks like they're trying to figure it out. Yeah, the spare bedroom was a little confusing. It's if you care for her and you want her to be with you, why would you recommend the spare bedroom?
This guy was picked up just after Luby went missing. Look at the house.
This is the brick house down
The
the
brick
street in
house.
Lakewood?
Yep.
Ah.
This isn't our guy. He's white, he's old. His car isn't close to a police vehicle.
Granted, he may be white, but if he is still a member of the community that lives in the area, someone that everyone else is used to, that could be something.
Nancy? The beautiful boy.
Is this the mother of the toddler?
My father's eyes. I came here because I want you to know I forgive your son. May I meet your Brian? I'd like him to understand that I forgive him. I just want to tell him I'm sorry.
I think she doesn't want them to meet her son because she's afraid that they'll see the darkness in him. They'll see his reclusiveness, his cold stare, and maybe they would judge him further.
I forgive you.
The blast tore through a daycare center at approximately 11:30, killing 3 children and injuring 11 others.
Damn.
Early investigations point to a faulty
Holy
boiler.
shit.
They are convinced it is tied to the recent slayings of black children. Mayor
How do they know that?
will update the community and address concerns tonight at a local Baptist church.
There is no indication from the scene of any explosive device.
They're killing children every other way. Why not like this?
It could just be a coincidence.
It's the Klan!
Please.
I thought these were his supporters.
They are.
We voted for you, and there ain't nobody doing nothing for us.
The emotions of the mob.
The accident has nothing to do with the murders. They don't want to hear logic.
I don't want to hear excuses.
Also, while you were gone, we missed the Friday stop deadline. The crosses never materialized, and the march starts in an hour.
They never got the crosses either? Damn it.
Did we?
Mayor's ordered a covert investigation into the Klan.
This is what I was trying to tell you. Are we directing this investigation based on voter whim?
The mayor has always believed, and I agree, we have to take a serious look into the Klan. But we don't want to inflame the public. To take the lead.
What?
Nothing.
Good.
You're lingering.
We need to stay focused. If you're distracted...
I'm not distracted. I have some things to deal with at home. It's personal.
The crosses. Unbelievable.
They have to put them together? Oh, fuck.
Assembly required?
Promise me you'll never tell anyone I helped build crosses for a march.
Excuse me.
He's really trying. Trying to get ahead of them. Very eerie music for this. No one can accuse Holden of not trying. So I'm assuming he had them redirect all of that, but it wasn't in time, and she's pissed.
Today was...
You had a good idea. Probably won't be your last.
I don't understand how 19 children can be slaughtered and we spend an entire afternoon figuring out which drill bit is official size. Maybe when there's an even 20, we'll get a longer leash.
Damn, Holden is getting frustrated. And it's understandable. Okay, so that was episode 7 of season 2. And sorry if I didn't talk too much during that episode. These are very conversation-driven episodes, not too exciting. They haven't been interviewing as many other suspects. But you can see a lot of the frustration coming through for the characters. Holden's getting no cooperation from any end. No one wants to hear about his theories. No one wants to hear about his profiles. They all want to just keep going for what seems like the right answer, what people want to be the right answer. And it's starting to get at him. In that last scene, you can see it wearing on his face. And even when his partner is skipping town for almost half the week every single week and not even giving him the real reason why. It's like they're driving full speed into a brick wall every time. I'm gonna have to point out some of the people like in editing, but like I keep trying to like see like who's in the background, who does the camera pan across that might look suspicious. And when they were out on the one road and all the press showed up at once, like they showed the black reporter moving up, and he was front and center with the camera for just a moment. He was looking around, and it makes me think, like, since they are trying to look for someone that would want to return to the scene, that would want to revel in his work and possibly even be a part of the search because it would give him front and center row to what's going on. And it made me think, what if this is either like a member of the press or someone that's working with the mothers, someone that's in the know getting a lot of the information? So that reporter that they showed front and center, like, could it be him? He was there. He saw that, one, that they were at that location, two, that they were leaving that location, and three, now had ample opportunity to survey the area, get a lay of the land, be there as people were leaving, know when everyone had completely packed up and left, and given him the perfect opportunity to then dump a body there. We also saw them, well, when Holden went to tell the mother about his plan to try to, like, divert the thing, set up memorials, try to lure the guy out and survey the area. Unfortunately, that didn't work out in the end, but as he was talking to her, they panned, and there was just this one guy, like, next to a ledge, standing in front of a table, just like, I couldn't tell, but it looked like he was just staring at them. And I was like, well, who's that guy? Like, are they peppering this guy in the background? It would make sense, like, someone you wouldn't suspect, someone that's been there the whole time. Because it wouldn't be as exciting if suddenly it was just, like, evidence points to this guy who we've absolutely never seen before at all in any scene. He's never been in any crowd, and be like, wait, who? So I'm going to try to circle them for the editing on the YouTube version of this video. And while they're doing that, Wendy seems to be getting sidelined by the boss. Like, she's trying to be more proactive and get these interviews done, and is seeming to be interested in, like, speaking to them directly, getting them to answer her questions so she can see their reaction, see their face. But boss is like, no, you need to be here just analyzing it. You need to be reading it on paper and listening to tapes instead of doing that. And he's promising to get more agents trained to do the actual interviews. But she doesn't like being sidelined like that. And she's also trying to work on her relationship, but she's not necessarily the most apt at being in this relationship. It definitely was a shot in the foot, like, suggesting, like, the spare room to the woman that she's been sleeping with. It's like, you want me to move into your spare room? What? It can be understandable for those who are in the closet to, like, if they ever have company, to be able to easily explain that, oh, this is just my roommate, as opposed to, this is my partner. But the other girl took major offense to that. She's like, I'm not hiding. I haven't been hiding. I'm not about to start hiding again for you. If you want me to be here, I want you to want me to be here in full effect as your partner, not as your roommate. So let's see if she can navigate that drama. Also, going back to Atlanta, it really sucks that Holden couldn't get the crosses in time to be able to put them up, so the march that he deliberately had them divert could stop at and memorialize, so hopefully they could scope them out. And the look that she gave him, like, I redirected this for you and you're not holding up your end. So let's see how much more cooperation he's going to be able to get from them when he's not showing he can be adept at even coming to them with a plan and not being able to hold up the plan. Well, what did you guys think of this episode? Are you also as frustrated as I am that BTK has just been relegated to little, like, 30-second clips per episode? I mean, I know that so far there isn't a third season, but they're in talks of a third season, but, like, have they just been playing him up to be in the third season? Well, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Otherwise, hit like and subscribe, ring that notification bell so you don't miss a single one, and thanks for stopping in for this Vicarious View.